from the peaceful shore I was sinking, deep in the ocean of thoughts they were thinking. I don't know what validation I was seeking. Deliver me from people. When you said you could heal me from anything, did you mean people? Deliver me, 'cause I can't point them out, I won't say their names, I don't know the damage or which one to blame. It's just people, deliver She was the reason I smiled in the morning. He took the last bit of joy I was storing. That's too much power for anything human. Deliver
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Karen Charles. I'm the founding executive and artistic director of Threads Dance Project, and we are so excited to be here tonight. We're glad to be back despite more than 18 months of delay due to the pandemic. About 6 weeks before our Tapestry show, we had to cancel. We debated for about a week, and then, things just went downhill from there. We also had to cancel our first big commission with the Ordway. We were really excited about sharing a piece about September 11th in that wonderful space, and again, the pandemic decided it was not time. As fate would have it, tonight we are back and we're able to allow each of those choreographers to fulfill their vision, albeit with some casting changes, the pandemic and life. As life would have it, we also have some last-minute casting changes today due to the injury of one of our dancers, Jake Nearbos. He is performing in a limited capacity in Tethered, and Javon Mgrezzo will replace Jake in Release. Despite all of these obstacles, we are here. We are back fully awake, grateful to be alive, and with creations anew. The first half of the show, you'll see some wonderful works from our Tapestry's choreographers, Elena Waxy, Gabby Abrams, and Jennifer Prey. They're all very different and wonderful. And you'll actually get to see, thanks to the Ordway and the Coles, the reimagining of that, what would have been a live performance, into a film. The most interesting thing, it was a great experience, let me say that. We were filming when we began. We were still in the pandemic. The dancers had to distance. Only 2 of the dancers could touch each other, so you'll notice that in the choreography. There are only 2 dancers that ever touch each other throughout the piece. But it is a wonderful film, thanks to my collaborators. And now, let's just celebrate this moment of being able to meet in person, and I hope you enjoy the show.
My name's Elena Waxy, and I'm from Overland Park, Kansas. I'd had some colleagues that had done the Tapestries program and heard that they'd had great experiences with it, and as an emerging choreographer, I'm always looking for new opportunities to work with different dancers. I was wanting to apply for many years before I finally did, but was never available during the rehearsal period. So when it finally aligned that, oh yeah, I can be here, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday during that time, I applied right away. The ideas behind this piece have definitely morphed several times over the last 15 or so months. The initial inspiration that I submitted in my application was a poem I was really inspired by that spoke about connecting with difficult emotions internally. And then it started to abstract, and I was thinking, okay, well, maybe the dancers in the room are all one person, and you know, maybe these are the difficult emotions they're interacting with. And then coronavirus, was like, oh, we can't touch, and I'm trying to make a piece about connection. Okay. So then I brought this fabric into the studio, and we started playing around with partnering through the fabric. And then we realized that COVID was an even bigger deal, and that we just couldn't even be in the room together. And so then coming back, you know, a year and a half later, we were in a place like, okay, maybe we can safely touch, but I still really like what this fabric is saying and how it's highlighting the connections in the negative space that we might not normally see. So I definitely brought the fabric back, and was also thinking about, okay, well now it's also this element of what are we tied to? We all found things during the pandemic of like what grounds us, you know, in this time when everything's uprooted, what are you tethered to? I would hope that when audience members watch my piece, they allow themselves to come up with their own interpretations and not be worried about trying to figure out what's happening. I kind of wanted to do more of like a bottom-up processing and seeing what unfolds as we create, rather more of a top-down of like, I'm trying to make a piece about this. And I found that really rewarding and challenging for me, who is someone that wants to have everything organized and very, this means this and this means this. So it's challenged me to just be a little more open and be like, what could this be about? It is really open to what the audience sees. I was really drawn by images with the fabric that were poignant to me and have an inherent meaning that I think has lots of meaning. There's no one right meaning to this piece, and it's open to lots of interpretations. I've really enjoyed working with the Threads dancers. That was a big reason why I applied for Tapestries, is getting to work with dancers of this caliber. I'm especially enjoying what they bring to the choreography that I wasn't seeing initially. You know, I'll have my own interpretation of how a certain movement should look, and then seeing it on different bodies and allowing myself to see those different variations rather than, well, I had it in my mind that it was going to look this way. And being open as a choreographer and being influenced by that has been really rich for me.
My name is Jen Prey. I am originally from Central Iowa, and I've lived in Minneapolis now for about 8 years. And I actually had the opportunity to dance for Threads when I first moved up here, and it feels like a sort of homecoming to come back and set work on the company now. The last few years, I've been putting a lot more of my energy into my performance work, and I was really getting to this point where I was craving an opportunity to dive into my creative work. And so when the application opened, I was really excited about it and was thrilled to be accepted as a choreographer. A challenge to myself with making this work was to make a piece that reflected my kind of like, there's this thing that happens and it really makes me mad, or it really affects me, or I've internalized messages from the outside world that I'm not even necessarily aware of anymore. So I was trying to make a work that was a little bit more punchy, comes to mind, like a little bit more kind of has some fire behind it. My initial inspiration for the piece is investigating voice, and particularly gendered interpretations of voice. I'm kind of a political junkie, so I follow a lot of politicians and I listen to a lot of speeches, and I'm really interested by political speech and the ways that females in power face more criticism in the way that they are speaking than male voices. And because of that, what they're saying might be lost in translation. As I was thinking about opening this box of female voice, I was also thinking about the fact that so many people have these boxes of female voices in their house in terms of Google Home or Alexa or our phones and everything. They're programmed by default to be female voices, at least in the United States. So I had these kind of two separate worlds, and I wanted to see how can I wrestle with those ideas of criticism of female voice, along with the fact that there's research that shows that we're more likely to listen to a voice that's offering help if that voice is female, but more likely to listen to a voice that's teaching us new information if that voice is male. Those kind of questions are what I came into the studio with, because it is all a female cast. We talked about what sorts of criticisms we've heard or internalized over the years about the ways that we speak, and how does that make us show up differently in different environments. Another thing that I was thinking about is making work that toes the line between being funny and also being a little dark, so kind of a dark comedy. So in moments there's these kind of like moments of comedy and laughter, but then it diverges into another place of perhaps some intensity. The Threads dancers are amazing. They're hardworking and really focused, but they're also we have a lot of fun in the studio, so it's, especially with the nature of my piece, there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of attempts and failures, and laughing at ourselves along the way is really helpful. And I've been really impressed by how the dancers have been willing to dive in wholeheartedly to an approach that's really different from what they might normally be used to as performers, asking them to speak and make weird noises and make really strange faces and choreograph that into the fabric of the work in just as an important way as I turn to my right shoulder, my left shoulder, lift my arms up, whatever.
Hi. 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 Whoa. Thank you. Thank you. It's so great to be here. No. It's so great. It's so great. It's so great to be here. And I appreciate your support. I believe we can't rise together unless we have inclusive policies in an inclusive society where all voices are heard. Hi! Whoa! Thank you! It's so great to be here, and I appreciate your support. I believe we can't rise together unless we have inclusive policies in an inclusive society where all voices are heard. Hi! Whoa! Thank you! It is so great to be here, and I appreciate your support. I believe that we can't rise together unless we have inclusive policies in an inclusive society where all voices are heard. Thank you! Hi! Whoa! Thank you! It's so great to be here! It's so great to be here! Appreciate! It's great! Talk clearer! They hate shrill voices. Speak up! Right on! Whoa! Thank you! Nobody listens! I'm trying! You sound stirred. Smile.
Hello. We heard that you need help. We are happy to help. Very good. We have determined your problem. Nobody listens to you. You know, everybody listens to us. Our voice is soothing and helpful. They hate shrill voices. They will listen if you speak like us. Very good. Now, try to speak like us. That's better. Now, don't move your mouth so much. Be more like us. What about like this? Yes. Just like that. Yes. Just like that. Join us. Very good. Chin up. Smile. Thank you, thank you. It's so great to be here. And we appreciate your support. We are happy to help. What can we help you with? What can we help? What can we help you with? What can we help you with? What can we help you help what can we help you with? Help what can we help help.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Abram, BKA Gabby the Baddie. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I am 23 years old. Yeah, I see Karen as a mentor to me. I just remember being so happy when I got the email that I was chosen. For her to give me this opportunity, I felt really inspired. I felt humbled, but I also felt that I had to prove something. A lot of the time when new choreographers are suggested, the person who gave them that opportunity is the main focus, because I am setting work on her company. And for her to just trust me with that, I was super grateful. Anytime that I meet up with Karen, she's always, we were just at the Cole Center event, and she was guiding me around the room and introducing me to people I've never met before in the dance community. It's like she's taken me under her wing and she's like flocking me around and showing me the ropes almost, yeah. Working with the dancers has been an amazing experience. They inspire me so much. I came into the space feeling like I had to just push all my material out on them, and then we'll go back and just clean everything. But along the way, they were guiding me, and they were also helping me with movement and exploring movement. I feel a lot of the time I get in my head, and working with these dancers really helps me take a step back and just smell the roses. They're not afraid to give suggestions. I love when dancers and choreographers can come together, and it's not just like I'm the choreographer, they're the dancers, I'm telling you what to do. We all come to it as a collaborative work. A lot of the time when I'm giving them hey, just flow through that, and they interpret it how it is in their body, and then it's literally exactly what I wanted. So Release is a nonfiction story based off of these 6 prodigies who are on a journey to inner peace. Through this journey, they're at the last stage in their path, and the last task that they have to complete is learning how to harness the energy of their 7 chakras and learning how to release that energy. So throughout this piece, these dancers, these prodigies will go through depression, they'll go through tiredness, and then from that, their subconscious will lead them to a new understanding of self-determination, self-empowerment, to self-discovery, to also community and as well individuality. And they will build a bond that will help them express and help them learn, help them find a way to harness the energy of their chakras and learn how to release that energy. I didn't come fully formed with the idea. Anime is a huge inspiration for me. It was a huge inspiration for this piece. So I knew immediately that when I came up with the idea for Release and the release of the chakras, I knew I wanted to have a kind of an animated character feel. For me, I would love for people to see a clear message and a clear story. I really would love them to see the start to the ending. I would love for them to see this journey. I like to see growth. I would love for them to see intention. I would love for them to see comedy. I feel I'm a very naturally goofy person, and anime is hilarious. So I try to put that within my work. I don't like to be serious all the time, and I feel like when you can show the human parts, when you can show the individuality, it really creates the piece and just makes it come together as a whole.
are like children, we're painted on canvases, picking up shades as we go. We start off with gesso, brushed on by people we know. Watch your technique as you go. Step back and admire my view. Can I use the colors I choose? Do I have some say what you use? Can I get some greens and some blues? We're made by the pigment of paint that is put upon. Our stories are told by our hues. Like Motley and Bearden, these masters of peace and light, layers of color and time. Step back and admire my view. Can I use the colors I choose? Do I have some say what you use? Can I get some green with my blue? We're just like children, we're painted on canvases. We are like children, we're painted on canvases, picking up shades as we go. We start off with gesso, brushed on by people we know. Watch your technique as you go. Step back and admire my view. Can I use the colors I choose? Do I have some say what you use? Can I get some greens and some blues? We're made by the pigment of paint that is put upon. Our stories are told by our youths. Like Motley and Bearden, these masters of peace and life, layers of color and time. Step back and admire my view. Can I use the colors I choose? Do I have some say? What do you use? Can I get some green and some blue? We're just like children. Oh, we're just like children. We're just like children, we're painted on canvases. Admire my view. Admire my view. Just like children, like children, like children, like children, like children.
I've been sad, I've been lost, I've been down and I've been lonely. Yeah. I've been suffering at a job in a world that tries to own me. When I wake up every morning, there's an image of a better place. Cause the harder that we grind, then the sweeter is the glory. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, gonna do it my way. Hey, gonna do it my way. So put me down, criticize me with your lies and with your parody. Yeah. In the darkness I don't hide, cause I got pride that gives me clarity. I still wake up in the morning with the vision of a better life. You see, the option of defeat's just not written in my story. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, gonna do it my way. Hey, gonna do it my way. Every time they build a wall around me, I will tear it down and say I'ma live my dream. Gotta live my dream. Even when the floods rush round to drown me, I just hold my breath and pray, let me live my dreams. Every single one of my, I ain't quitting none of my dreams. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Let me fly through the air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Cause the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way.
everybody. Welcome back. Very quickly. I hope you enjoyed that first half of the show. Now, if you only had some popcorn, you could just really relax. We're going to share a film with you. Again, this is the reimagining of what was supposed to be a live show at the Ordway in November of 2020. The filming was a new experience for me. It was a new experience for the dancers. I am so grateful to have such wonderful collaborators. Ryan Melling, our cinematographer, Peter Morrow, our composer who wrote the film score, Angie Vo, who did the costuming, Sean McCardle, who did the scenic design. Film did afford us something that the live version didn't afford us. We could jump back and forth in time seamlessly and put the stuff back in the order that we wanted. So I hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you for coming tonight. There will be no bows after this. It's a film. You've seen all of us. We're good. But again, thank you all for coming. We hope you'll join us again in the future and enjoy the film.
We have a breaking news story. A plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center.
The strongest country in the world has been the target of a major coordinated terrorist attack.
Police told him to get out of the building immediately. He ran outside and watched people jump out of the first building.
The twin towers of the World Trade Center are essentially gone.
These pictures are beyond belief.
Again, the skies are crystal clear blue.
News remember, like the actual day. But I guess in the public, like word of mouth, like how our parents have talked about it. So, you know, friends, like older friends have talked about it.
We got our new standards with the airport.
Kind of put the pieces together.
Right. Now we have it wasn't like a current events topic or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Sorry.
Definitely. Important news to know.
But I wonder if it is like we just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think like when 24-hour
I remember it in some like textbooks.
cable
in like a human geography lecture.
and I don't remember because I didn't have cable, but I'm imagining like 9/11 it was probably just like a loop, like a loop of maybe either watching the actual event just like over and over and people talking about it over and over and then like what that does to you, like seeing that is interesting and then thinking about like
the different sides of all.
What you hear is not what it may be.
And then with COVID, then also like you know what I mean, or like Black Plague variant, and then COVID would be taught. It can just like repeat the same things, or like what we extrapolate. Yeah, spirals.
Some of the generations.
COVID really had the death count was really good. Like it was like.
Yeah, you like see that number. Yeah, it's like today, blah blah blah. And
because even
I mean, I didn't feel like I saw that 9/11.
Technology that we have.
I am trying to understand and to grow. I fear that I'm treading water and that I will slip back into old habits.
So
that you shared with siblings. Like there was
I'm trying to remember how long out of school after I had that versus today. Yeah, and I'm thinking it was only like a couple days. Once they realized that, I think maybe the way to Milwaukee and the airport, and so once they realized maybe no other large kind of wonder
Ignorance to reality.
if go back to school, but don't what both of these events would feel like having an output if it was like reliant on like NBC, like the four stations that like I think we both grew up with.
Because I think like PBS was the only one not showing it constantly.
Maybe we let out early the day of.
Even though they still had stuff, but like.
I can't control how people see me. Their fears of me, fear of others, and fear for themselves.
About what had just happened, and then they'd always have like breaking news. But I feel like it's breaking, but until the afternoon. And some of our teachers left to try to tell her upset, but we didn't know why. And try to kind of just give cues that something big could happen. Figure out how to cope keeping it with their blanket feeling get upset.
America, but not for all. Sitting, waiting, watching, listening.
It was the perfect fall day. A light touch of autumn in the air. It was one of those back-to-school September days, full of possibilities and in its own way, a new beginning.
And people just think I'm all sorts of things, and I kind of always have gotten that. Like, what are you then? But it is a weird turn of phrase. Well, I'm American, but I have, my dad was born in Iran. There have also been times where I have lied because I felt that maybe if I told the truth, it would just create a tense situation, and I thought, or even maybe afraid of me, and then I'm worried like, okay, well maybe I'll try to ease their mind and I'll make something up. And I did that a lot more when I was younger, a lot more in those first years after 9/11. That's not fair. Like, that's not fair to me, and that's not fair to my dad or my family or anybody else. We were attacked on our own soil. We're in a bubble in America, and that we can reach our hand out and toil a little bit here and toil a little bit there. No consequences. It showed our vulnerability, vulnerable wound, wide open. All the other things that I think are underneath are just brought to the surface. It's like vulnerability after vulnerability is exposed. Put these two little American flags on the back of his Jeep. Why did you put it on the back of the Jeep? And he said, well, because I'm American. If he's driving around with the windows down and people see him and he's belting out, Iranian music, he's gonna get stares. So it was like a little bit of like armor. I am not those people. I did not do this. They have nothing to do with me. We look different than you maybe, but we have these flags. I am not those people.
Do you think anything has gotten better, or worse since 9/11?
I feel like right after 9/11, you kind of knew who they were pinpointing, and now it's so massive. So I feel like it's better and it's worse. So I feel like it's better and it's worse. I'm hopeful.
What gives you hope?
think people give me hope. People in my life also give me hope. Yeah. Family. People making connections with strangers without ignoring you. I hear that. Weird or invasive.
Like, sometimes like they'll smile at you. And you're like, oh, just that person is lovely, and I don't even know you. And that's so lovely.
It's my surprise. It's so lovely.
It is. Changes your day.
But it's the best time.
The way that you think about screens.
Yeah. Thank you.